Hello, welcome to Scrap Time. My name is Christine, and in this video I am showing you how to make some quick cards using images from graphic stock and the Thermoweb Deco Foil.
So I'm going to start off by showing you the graphicstock.com website. Now Stock approached me about doing a sponsored video, and before I said yes, I had to come and check out their site. And once I saw it, I knew hands down that I needed to show you this website. They have already 300,000 designs on their website available for you to download. Now they offer 7-day free trial where within that 7 days you can download 140 images. So I'm just going to show you some of the images they have. So you can browse images by category. So let's do backgrounds here. Now when I was searching images, I was looking for black and white images because I'm always looking for printables to do foiling with. So that was my main focus when I was doing this. So you can see here, this one is really great that you could cut it out and make for tags. Then down here, I loved this one. I did it for cards. And this is just a handful of images. There's like over 10,000 just in that description alone. If we go to patterns, you can see if you do cards and scrapbooking, you can just download these images and print them off, and they can be like scrapbook papers. They could be the background to your cards. You can die cut the images. So if you like colored patterns, there are thousands of them. Now I just want to show you what you do. So say I liked which one? This image here. From here I can click this to add to folder. Now I can make it, I have some folders here. I have tags, backgrounds. That was the technique I was looking for. Some for Gemma Mark, Christmas cards. But I can make a new folder. And you just type in, so say that's scrapbook paper. Save new folder, and then I'll save the image to that black camouflage was added to scrapbook paper. So that's the way you can save as you go along, and then we will look at my folders. So if I go into my account, it's project folders, and you can see my different folders here. So let's look at cards because I have a lot in cards. And again, you can see some of the great images that I've been able to download. So let's go back here. And this heart one, I'll go into that one. So I have two choices for this download. An EPS file can be altered in Adobe or CorelDRAW. Because I don't do any of that, I just download JPEGs. For me, it is fine because I'm just printing this on my laser printer. So I click that and I hit download, and it automatically downloads for me. So then what I'm going to do, I'm going to move my download. Let me just move, oops. I have to move this. It popped up somewhere else. So move my download, and I want to put it in my card printable file. So here I am in my printables. So I can go into cards, and these are, again, let's just flip through. These are ones I've already downloaded. So you can see there are amazing designs. You'll have to check out this. So say if I wanted to print this, I just want to show you. I go into it, I hit print, and then what I want to do is down here, copies per page, I hit 4, and that is how I get the image to be card size, and then I just print it. So now we're going to move over, and I'm going to show you what I did with the images I printed from graphicstock.com.
I have some cards here that I have my images from graphicstock.com, and I've used the Thermoweb foil. Some of them with the thinner, it's harder to see the foil on the camera, but it gives you an idea of some of the images and how pretty these cards can be. This is a sort of grungy background. There's quite a few of these. I really like them. And then this cat is fun, just for a little note card. And this ballerina, perfect if you have a child that dances. Then these ones, I haven't completed them into cards, but I still want to show you how I was able to foil. That's with some of the rainbow foil. And then this cute bird. This is another background I actually put in black, but it had some gray, so that brings up an important part too, that you want images that are really nice and black. If it has gray, it's not really going to foil. But I sort of like that because sometimes it will give you the depth in your cards. This is a cool background. And then I use the blue foil. This is another one of those grungy borders. Beautiful tree. I used some of the new green foil. I used the rainbow again on this horse. And then this simple image here with the tree and birds. I love this little bird with the teacup. This is just a cool textured background I thought would look really cool foiled. Then some flower sort of silhouettes. This is another example of the heart. It had black with some lighter gray. So there was like a little smidge of foil goes on that gray. But even just having the gray there gives some nice depth. And same with this one. I really love this image with the bird and the gray in the background. Just gives it some depth to the card. And then we have this one here. And finally I had this little bird with the moon, and this is another example of the depth with the gray and the foils. So this is just a handful of image I got from graphicstock.com. So as you can see, go onto the site and just spend time. I spend hours while I watch TV looking at their site. There are so many fabulous images. So I'm going to show you though how to do some foiling. So I have this image here of that sort of grungy heart. And I have a piece of the Rainbow Deco Foil. Now this foil comes like this the long way, but I wanted my rainbow across this way, so I just cut it that way. Now I have this little parchment paper to put it in, but you can just use regular copy paper. Make yourself, just fold it in half. And I'm just putting it, you put the foil side up, not down. You want the color side up. And you put it in here. I'm going to pull up my laminator. I have the Royal Sovereign laminator, and I'm just going to take this and put it right through. And it doesn't take too long. I have my setting set on 3 millimeters because it is just one flat piece of paper, so the 3 millimeters is fine. And we're just waiting for it to go through. It takes itself through. And so what I usually do is while that's going through, I'm cutting out foils for my other cards that I want to foil. So I'm multitasking when I'm doing this myself. And you see it's coming out here. Okay, so I'm going to put the laminator back down. Now I'm just going to leave this. You don't have to, but it's just a personal thing. I like to leave it for a moment. So what I'm going to do is prepare my card. Now, you could cut out a piece of paper and put it here, but I'm like, instead of always having to have paper to match everything, I thought I'm going to emboss it. So what I'm going to do is use Versamark ink. Now my pad has red on it, but because I'm using colored embossing powder, it'll be fine. And I'm just putting the ink straight on. Now I know I only need a little bit of a border. I don't need, so I'm doing more than I need. So I have ink all around my card. And then I'm going to switch out the paper because this one has ink. So if I put the powder on this one, it's just going to stick to my paper. So if you're doing many of these, you want one piece of paper for your ink and one piece of paper for your powder. I'm using red. It's a primary apple red Wow embossing powder. But of course, any embossing powder you have would work. And I always go heavy on my embossing powders. And I'm dumping them on. Oops, that's a little too heavy. But so let me just get some of that excess off. Okay, so I'm just going to set that aside while I, oops, got some powder on my table. So put this away before I dump it all over. That was just my little hook falling. So now I'm going to heat emboss this. Now I haven't been using my heat tool, so it's just going to take a little bit to warm up and then it'll emboss. So my card is now embossed. So let's go back to our image here. So all we do now is reveal. So there you can see how perfect that is. Let's see, can you see the foil? So it's really cool with that rainbow, and you can see here how the foil completely came off. You could even take this and use this on a card. Your remaining part, it would be cool as well. So now we have this. I have some collage medium here. You can use any glue. This just happens to be at my fingertips, and I'm actually going to use my fingertips to put it on. So by embossing your paper, as I mentioned before, it's just a great way to keep your cards from being overly bulky with layers of cardstock you might put on there. And it will save you on cardstock too, because a bottle of embossing powder goes a long way. So it would be a lot cheaper than all that paper. And you just put it down. It's a little off because it's that. I can just shift it. And I'll just have to let that dry. But there you can see how quick we are able to make this card using some great images from graphicstock.com, the Thermoweb Deco Foil, and then embossing powders. Thanks for watching. Be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the Scrap Time Videos YouTube channel. See you next time.